last thing. We really have to go. I want to quickly now. How much time? How long have I been up here? Has anybody been triking? No? This. Say again? 4. Okay. All right. Just quickly, let's look at, it's Numbers, Deuteronomy. I couldn't find Deuteronomy, but I want to go to Deuteronomy here. In my close. This is for real now. This is my close. Everybody say focus. You listen, please stay focused. Please stay focused. Opportunities will come. Understand that God is not the only one who can open a door. You know, behold, I've set before thee an open door. Please understand that God is not the only one who can open a door. We need to be discerning. Amen. We need to be discerning. Every open door is not an open door by God. You have to be careful here. We need God to reveal the hidden things. Jeremiah 33:3 now. Jeremiah 33:3, right? God says, listen, call unto me and I will show you great and mighty things that you know not of. In many versions, paraphrases and translations, the word there is, I'll show you hidden things. I will show you hidden things. Hey, Jared, go to Ecclesiastes 10:10. See, now this is not on the sheet. This is not on the notes. But when God reveals, for every revelation that comes, for everything that God reveals, for every hidden thing that God exposes, and the hidden thing will be exposed. Amen. Amen. All darkness is coming to light. It is. And so if you're doing something in the dark you ain't supposed to be doing, you better stop. Somebody hit the switch. Angles. Amen. Whatever. Okay, now look at this. If the iron is blunt and one does not sharpen the edge, he must use what? More strength. But wisdom helps one to say, wisdom says, stop swinging with all your might and sharpen the edge of your axe. That's what wisdom said. You can get revelation. God can reveal something to you. But if you don't pair it with wisdom, it will do you absolutely no good. Do you understand? That revelation and wisdom are twins. If they don't come together, it don't mean anything. You just know something. Revelation is never about information. Revelation is about formation. Revelation is not about what I know. Revelation is about who I become. Do you understand? And it takes wisdom to be able to apply oh, Lord help me. I'm laboring really hard here. Okay, everybody good? Yeah, so listen, I just don't want to know stuff. I need to know how to apply that. I need to know how to take that and make it a part of my life and to make my life work the way he wants it to work, not the way I want it to work. No, you're not. You've been bought with a price, right? You are not your own. You don't belong to you. Okay. In Deuteronomy chapter 1, thank you, Jared. Chapter 1, verse 20. Quick now, gotta go. And I said to you, you have come to the hill country of the Amorites, which the Lord our God is giving us. See, the Lord your God has set the land before you. Go up, take possession, as the Lord the God of your fathers has told you. Do not fear or be dismayed. And there are some of us who are getting ready to step into some things. We're on the brink of some things. And listen, the Lord is saying, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Now, there are some things that God calls us to do, and you got to do it, and you do it afraid. But there are other things where one of the first things that God says to you is, fear not. It's fear not. Now, you got to examine your situation. But are you getting ready to step into something where God says, fear is not allowed here? You okay? I got an email last night. Did I tell you something from Bishop? Got an email from Bishop Mazabuku, and with the stuff going on in Bangladesh, The email it read something like this, Dear Bishop Clark, please tell me you are not in Bangladesh at this time. We are hearing of all the trouble in Bangladesh. We immediately had a prayer meeting. We're praying for your safety and God cover you. And we don't want you to be in Bangladesh. And so I saw the email on my phone, so I sent an email back or sent a reply back on my phone. Dear Zebu, I know I am not in Bangladesh. I have not been there. The U.S. government is not allowing U.S. Citizens to travel to Bangladesh. We haven't been able to travel there for about 6 or 8 months now. But please pray. And I shared some other things about what I know about what's going on in there and some of the people we know there. And then he replied that our hearts were gripped with fear. And then I replied back, I just simply said, fear not. Fear not. I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're getting ready to step into. I don't know what transition is going on in your life, but the Spirit of the Lord is saying, fear not. This thing you cannot do afraid. Are you okay? You can't do this afraid. What is it, Psalm? I don't know if it's 121 or somewhere in there. David said, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. It's a question mark. From whence comes my help? It's a question mark. It was not a statement that I'm looking to the hills for help. No, he's asking a question. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence comes my help? He said, my help comes from the Lord. My help comes from beyond the hills. My help comes from the maker of the hills. Do you understand? He is the author and the finisher of my faith. I can rest in the Lord. I trust in the Lord. And so I stand in the face of whatever it is, and I say to my situation, God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and self-discipline or a sound mind. I don't have to sway back and forth, wondering if I can do this, wondering if I can be successful. I am success. Listen, I'm success looking for a place to happen. Oh boy, that Pastor Bill, we better pray for him. You better pray for you, because I'm happening. Are you getting this? Y'all remember I told you it was probably about the late 90s. And I was in the office, I was working with Watts, and I was in the office, and I was working on a design team. Now I love design, but I hate being in the office. I am a field guy. I don't care how cold it is. I don't care if it's rain. I don't care what it is. I want to be outside. That's my thing. I want to be outside. So I'm working in the office on this design team, and one of the construction managers comes out of his office, and he says to me, he says, Bill, you have any waterline experience? And I said, waterline? I said, man, I can do waterline. Never done waterline. Up until that point, all I did was bridges. I was a bridge guy. I did a series of removals of old abandoned railroad bridges throughout the city. And I worked on the skyway, superstructure, the substructure. I did some subsurface work, but not waterline. Waterline is a different thing altogether because you have health department issues and all kinds of rules and regulations and that kind of thing. And he said, can you do waterline? I said, sure, Phil, I can do waterline. I said, what you got going on? He said, well, I got a 2-year project, and you'll be the waterline supervisor. And it was out Wheatfield, Tonawanda, right where Wheatfield, Tonawanda, and something else come together in Niagara County. And, he said, can you do it? I said, yeah, man, no problem. Send me out there. I just wanted to get out of the office. But I knew that if you just give me a little crack in the doorway, if I can get my foot in, do you understand? Now, did I study like crazy? I would bring plans and contract documents home every night. I'm on a job, doing a job, and at night I go home and study the job. I study the job. You don't think that whatever this is going to happen via osmosis. You're going to lay down tonight, and you're going to wake up in the morning and you're the CEO. No, I love what Jedediah said. Some of us are going to have to go and enroll in school. Come on now. And we're going to have to do better than a C+. Because that's part of proofing what you believe to be your purpose. Are you okay? I'm really trying to help. I don't care if you jump and shout, whatever. Pastor Craig, I'm telling you, I can't wait to be here next week. We're going to be doing flips and cartwheels and everything. I ain't playing Craig. You can, that's what we want to do. But this week, let's fine tune our focus. That God, what is it you've called me to? And then I'm going to zero in on, I'm not going to walk with my head down. I'm not going to be depressed. There's a word we don't use in Christendom, except behind closed doors. But we come against the spirit of depression. We come against that spirit that says, I can't. We come against that thing. We come against the thing where we speak negative things as if they have always been and they always will be. Because they will not. They can't be that way if you are in Christ. You get this? And so I told that man, I said, send me out there, man. I can do that. I remember saying to Phil, I said, man, that's easy. And I wasn't lying, per se. But I knew that if you gave me an opportunity, do you understand? How many of us just have been in a place where you ain't have no business being there, but a door was open and some words came out of you before you even knew they came out of you, and there you were in a place with people you otherwise would have no business being there, but God. But God. Let's focus on that God who can do anything but fail. The same God who took that little baby's numbers and changed them overnight. Did y'all catch that? Overnight. Doubled her numbers. Overnight. 3 years the same way. Overnight. It's amazing what can happen in a day in the kingdom of God. It's amazing. And so now let's just declare this to be my day. My day. All the stuff I've been wrestling with, all the stuff I've been struggling with, all the stuff I've been fighting with and that kind of thing. This is my day. This is my day. Deuteronomy, we won't even bother with it. Read Deuteronomy chapter 1 when you get a chance. But the issue there was really, how do you maintain your focus? How do you maintain focus? Okay, I know I need to be focused. I need to focus on Jesus. How do I maintain my focus? Well, first of all, I need to remember God's past faithfulness. Y'all know what Earth, Wind, and Fire said. Do you remember? I know that song. You got to remember. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Right? Psalm 103:1. Bless the Lord, O my soul, verse number 2. And forget not all of his benefits. All of his benefits. Down at 103:7, they said that God, he showed Moses his ways and his acts to the children of Israel. There's a huge difference there. But God, I want to know your ways. I see your acts. The sun is shining. I have health. So I see the acts of the Lord. The way, I want to know the why behind you do what you do. Yeah. You got to remember. And then after you remember the faithfulness of God in your past, then you got to focus in on the promises of God for your future. That's how you maintain your focus. It's so simple, a twofold formula. Remember what he has done and keep rehearsing what he's going to do. Are you good? That's the fastest I did. That was too quick. Don't get used to that. I ain't never doing that again. Application. That was a quick application. I ain't never doing an application that fast again. Right? You have to remember what he has done. You have to. And then you have to make it a point to focus on what he said he's going to do. Jeremiah 1:12, I hasten my word to perform it. I watch over my word to bring it to pass in your life. I am going to do what I said I'm going to do. He is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should. Can we believe God? Can we believe God? Can we believe him for our individual lives? Can we believe him for our faith family? Can we believe him for our community? Can we believe him for our culture? Can we believe God? I said last week, I'm not at all surprised by the culture. The culture is doing what the culture has always done, and that's move further and further away from God. Always. Check the text. Check the history. That's all the culture has ever done, was move further and further away from God. We make the issue the culture. God makes the issue about his people. 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people, which are called by my name. He never addresses the culture that his people are living in. He only addresses his people. Are you good? We win. We win. Do you understand? We win. We win. Not because I'm good. Not because I've been good. Not because I'm cute. None of that. We win because of his grace, because of his mercy. Because he chose you. He chose me. He chose us. We win. Okay, you good? All right, everybody say focus.